Hello everyone and welcome to Train Simulator 2016. So I promised you a steam train journey and here we are. So we're taking a double-headed train on the route from Bath, which is where we are now, to Templecombe, I believe it's called. So this is a historic route in the UK. The route does exist, but I don't know to what kind of extent it's been decommissioned. I know it's not quite in the full capacity as it's shown here. This is circa 1950s. So this is we've got Mark 1 coaching stock here, which is nice. We've got a view from first class. How very lovely. And of course this was back in the good old days where trains had their own separate rooms, which were nice. Okay, right, so I think we've done boarding. Yeah, so let's hop in the train. Now I'm not going to be using these because it's quite complicated, but I'll take you through it just now. So this is the reverser, which I'm going to put to 100% forward for going forward. This is the brake, which I'm now going to take off. And then you've got the regulator, which is effectively the throttle. So as the brake pressure rises, as the brakes come off, what happens is the pressure from the brake system gets put back into the pipe, which means it's available for use. Regulator's on the go, which means, yeah, we're going. So basically the idea of steam trains, you've to have the steam usage rate less than the steam generation rate, so you build steam chest pressure. So I'm just going to bring us up another little notch. Okay, so with this being an old route, i.e. circa 1950s, we've got good old-fashioned semaphore signalling. So this is a branch signal, and the line that we're going on is showing green, so that is just fine and dandy. Steam usage rate's a little bit high, so let's curb that a little bit. There we go. Okay, so speed limit here is 30 miles an hour, I think. Let's just check. Is that? I don't think that's facing us. No, it's not. Right, okay. So this is 15 miles an hour off to the left. So as you can see, you don't actually get a really good view of what's going on from inside the train. So if we are 30 miles an hour, I'm just going to curb our speed just now. A tiny little bit on the regulator to see what we're doing here. Ah, okay, so this is a joint signal. So let's just not take my head off. So the red one indicates that, yeah, it's 30 miles an hour. So the red one indicates that that signal is green, and the yellow one indicates that the signal afterwards is also green, which is this one here, which as we can see is green. So here we're coming to the absolute bitch of a hill, which is the reason that we are double-headed in today's journey. So we are, if memory, yeah, okay. So we're cleared up to 70 miles an hour, even though we're not going to get anywhere close to that. As you can see, our speed is getting curbed off constantly. So talking a little bit about steam trains, basically there's two parts to a steam train. There is the fire, which is the burning coal to generate heat, to actually generate the steam. Now I've tried it a few times with manual firemen, which is basically where I control when they stoke the engine and all that noise. We need to sort that regulator quickly. Okay, here we go. Right. However, it's a little bit buggy, so I've left it on automatic fireman for the moment, which means the AI is keeping the fire stoked, which is fine. The fire mass can get as big as it wants, you just don't want it to get too low, otherwise you won't generate enough heat to generate the steam. The big issue is the boiler water lever, which is shown by this number here, or if you look inside it's these things. So if it gets too low, then there won't be enough water to safely generate the steam that you need, which is a problem because you can add water to the system, but that water is cold. So that reduces the temperature and temporarily, reduces the amount of steam that can be generated. until such a time as you the new water gets up to temperature. So you need to be kind of careful about when you choose to do that. So our next station is just under 3 miles away. We're going to Midford, and so we've got a tunnel coming up ahead. So the big issue with the fire being open, if you hear it, you know, if you've been on a train yourself, if you go through a tunnel, you'll hear your ears pop. That's basically because the speed of the train, it basically pushes air all around it as it drives, which is fine because the air gets deflected off and just kind of goes away, which is fine. But when you go through a tunnel, what happens is there's nowhere for the air to go, so instead of getting pushed away, it gets pushed by the walls of the tunnel back onto the train, which increases the pressure, you know, in the train, which is why your ears pop. For a steam engine, what it means is the air, if you just follow my mouse, basically comes back in through the chimney. I'll get back in here. And if the firebox doors are open, what it does is the air comes in through the front of the boiler, through the firebox, and basically blows hot embers into the cab. So myself and the engineer would very likely be killed by that. So as you can see, the automatic fireman has closed the fire doors, which is fine and dandy. To watch the boiler lever. So we're out of the tunnel for now. Got another tunnel coming up ahead, and the hill's ending, so I'm probably going to choose that point to take some water on board. If memory serves me correctly, you shouldn't let it get below 60%. What's the button quickly? For I forget. It's a regulator. Yeah. Alright. Apparently we're taking on water. I've found whatever the button is and I've got no idea how to switch it off. Right, okay, so we're in the tunnel again. I have no idea what that does. Right, okay, so we're picking up speed quite tastily. As you can hear by the engines doing its thing. So we do need to watch that we don't pick up too much speed, because we're going to have to deal with this station that's approaching. What time were you due there at? Ah, okay. So we don't have times for this one. Okay, let's just generate some steam and coast. The steam chest pressure is a little bit low. And we'll move the brake to self-lapped, which means it's not applying, but it's not doing anything either, so... Okay, now I think we'll start the application process. So speed's decreasing. I'm going to... Damn it. Push the button. Here we go. So I'm gonna do us full brakes for now. I think we're getting close to the damn station. Yeah, okay, so... Hopefully we haven't screwed screwed this up too badly. Just release the brakes, so the brakes will take a while to come off. Here's the station. I think we're gonna be a little bit away, yeah. Okay, so the thing can brake a little bit faster than I had planned. Right, okay, so I think we'll just coast it in like this for the minute. So the button that I'm pressing to do the opening the boiler water levers doesn't seem to be working. It should be L. But nothing's happening, so I think the boiler might be under the care of the automatic fireman. So I'm just going to apply our brakes. So this is Midford Station. How do we do there? Well, first class can get on, I suppose. Yeah, there's no point in bringing us another carriage forward. Okay. So, we're here. This is good. So, we'll wait for everybody to start boarding. The engineer will give us a heads up as to when we've finished. Right, onwards to Wellow, so let's pop back inside. So brakes are fully applied, so let's just have us release. And we'll bring the regulator forward a little bit. Fireman's stuck in the fire. Let me just take a little check and... Right, okay, so we're just recouping some of our steam chest pressure, and we're back up to full. So let's pump the regulator to the fullest. Let's go! So here's another train. So this is an interesting tidbit basically. You see the configuration of the lights here, one on the centre and one on the right, and you see mines, which is not on for some reason, which is one on the top. So basically one on the top means it's a passenger train, and two in this configuration mean it's just a freight train. So before the invention of computer-controlled networks, that was how you identified trains for signalling purposes, and this was something that kind of continued for a very long while actually in railworks, in the railway industry. You started getting, actually I should probably check how far Wellow is, a mile away, okay, well 2 miles. And yes, the fireman is controlling the boiler water lever, so that's fine. Yeah, so it was something that continued. So you see it was trains from the kind of 80s and 90s that they had kind of lights in funny places everywhere, and that was basically so that they could have the configuration of lamps similar to what you would do with you know, these old lamps that you just literally just hang on hang on the front of it. Now let's take a little look outside, make sure that we know what we're driving into. So yeah, that was basically how you identified the things. And I can't remember what all the configurations are. Literally, the only one I definitely remember is that one lamp at the top is a passenger train. That's about it. So if I remember something correctly, yeah, okay, so we're in 70, maximum speed limit. And it's a cold day in England. Probably check. Well isn't a mile, so let's probably just curb our speed off a little bit. Pop inside. So the thing about steam trains and some older trains, see the number here that says apply. That doesn't refer to how much the brakes are applying. It refers to how quickly the brakes are applying, if that makes sense. Basically, this dial here basically shows how much pressure has gone into the brakes. So, oh god, we've slowed down way too much. Right, let's release the brakes. I've pushed them the wrong way. Aye, so if the number is 0, then it means that all of the pressure available has been dumped into the brake systems, and so you're on 100% braking. I don't know what the maximum is. I guess we'll just find out in a little minute. Okay, 21. So 10. So if it's at 10, that's basically 50% brakes, and then 20 is going to be 0% brakes. So I don't quite see well. Let's curb off. Okay, I see it now. So what I'll do is I'll bring the brakes to 50%, and I'll show you what I mean. So as you can see, we're now on 37% application. Brakes are at 75%. They're now on 50%, so I'm going to put it to self-lapped, which basically means the brake is neither applying nor releasing, and I am now going to completely release the brake. And because we're not timed, I'm just going to take us into the station. That's a nice little hanging basket you got there. Nice coloured flowers for this season of winter. So this is the station that we're coming into here. I wouldn't make a very timely steam train driver, I don't think. So, for those of you who don't really know, this is an old signal box, so basically all the junctions had to be controlled by a signal box. This is still true today, even though they're much fewer and further between, because, you know, computers take a lot of the work out of the equation. But back then, you actually had, and these were literally just rooms of people pulling massive levers, trying to get trains routed along the correct paths. I mean, there were incidents and accidents, but my god, I'm surprised that it wasn't just like complete chaos all the time. So, I'm just kind of going to watch us here. I'm going to start applying the brakes. Ah, crap, first class has gone past. Right, screwed that up. Well, in fairness, the last time that we were here, the first carriage was the first class carriage was the only one that got to the station, and the rest of them didn't. So now the rest of them did, and first class didn't. It's fine though, because as we said, it's all in these little booths, so you don't disturb anyone when you're walking past, which is pretty cool. Right. Brakes are on full, so it's going to take quite a while for this to get taken off. So let's now build up some steam chest pressure so that we can start driving. There we go, we've got positive steam pressure. Let's go! Now, what's the speed limit here? I don't actually know. Okay, we're still in a 70, so that's fine. Ah, we've got another train. So this is another passenger train. You can tell that by the big lamp on the top. Because pointless railway tidbits. Let's give him a little whistle. There we go. Okay, so let's hop back in here. So we're gaining... Gaining speed at a nice healthy pace. So we're now going to Templecombe and Single Hill Halt, which is lovely and easy to say. Signal is green. So let's do that. So the good thing about the system, so there's three kinds of semaphore systems. There's upper, which is good. This is a smart thing to do. In Scotland they use lower, so basically this now means it's off. But in Scotland, when it's kind of the lower diagonal, that means it's green. And then you've got somersault, which is a kind of pointlessly fancy thing. The reason why the system that's used in this railway is smart is because in the event that like a rabbit chews through the control cable, the signal will fall thanks to the counterweight, and so it'll fall straight into the off position. So that then basically prevents trains going through it, so there won't be an accident. Whereas in the wonderfully retarded Scottish system, if a rabbit bites through the cables and the thing drops because of the counterweight, it drops into the on position, which is bad, because that basically means, oh, it's green, let's go through it, where of course that might not actually be the case, so... Woohoo! Oh crap, we're going way too fast for this. Quickly, apply some braking! We'll do 50% brake application for just now. No. Okay. So this thing can stop a lot quicker than I think it can. So I'm gonna self-lap it here, which is 25% brakes, and we can now see the station up ahead. So I'm going to apply us, so we're now on, we're gonna move to 50% braking, which we're now at, so self-lap. Let's see if I've done this. Bridge. No, we're stopping too short. Release. Forward! Come on! Let's just do that a little bit because we screwed up. Right, okay, that should hopefully do us. The brakes are on 25%, so that'll be a slow coast to a stop. Just get us past. So you can use the shadows here to work out where we are. So the first train is now past. Perfect. Right. Okay. Good. So let's check our handiwork. Yeah, we still kind of have a good bit of the train sticking on. The thing I wonder is, how did they get to this platform? Did they literally just have to walk across the train tracks, or did they just come up this gravel bank? Ah, the 50s. Okay, only thing is we've kind of ran out of pressure in the steam chest. It's currently at 0. You will need to stop at every station on the line. Yeah, I figured that. So, Radstock. Okay, so we're going to build steam chest pressure. Just a little bit before I take the brakes off. We are starting to gain forward motion, so let's release the brakes. Fireman is currently happy with the height of the fire. I can't control either of these. Okay, in that case, let's bundle us up. So let's go. So we're still not, despite having 2 engines on the front of this train, we've still not actually been able to get close to full speed. So just keep our head out, enjoy the wind breezing through our hair. We have a downhill section here, so we'll get some speed picking up. Choo choo! Let's go! Row of carriages, so probably check. Radstock is 1.4 miles, so we've got a little bit of a ways to go, which is fine. So signal. It's just a straightforward signal, and it is green. So yeah, we'll take a little look back, seeing as we know we have a little minute. So once we pass the train, you'll see it drop. You actually see, I can't remember if you see the counterweight go as well. No, okay, you don't. That's fine. But the signal drops, which is the main thing. Okay, so we've got a joint signal. Both are green, which is good. Slowing to 50 miles an hour up ahead. So that's actually going to require us to kind of drop the regulator off a bit now. Okay, 50. So we're actually going a little bit fast. Let's just apply gentleman brakes. Actually, no. Let's apply full brakes because I'd forgotten that we were stopping for a station. Okay. I don't know if we're going to be able to stop in time for this. Brakes are in full application. Here's the station. Yeah, I think we should hopefully get it stopped. Yeah, we will. So. So we're gonna take over the driver's seat. We're just gonna watch this. Right, let's see if we can get this right this time. Probably not. Not really. But, whoops, that's not the view I wanted. Yeah, so first class carriage is missed out, but the rest of them are okay. So a kind of run feature that I've noticed so far is that none of the platforms that we've gone to are big enough for the trains. So the way these trains work, you've basically got first class, normal class, and then right at the back you've got the guards van, it's called, which basically has the people that protect the train, and that's where all the luggage is kept. So we've picked up packages for there. So we're going to Midsummer Norton, which is 1.8 miles away. So let's go. Oh no, no. We'll take the brake off as we go along here. Oh, here's another little interesting tidbit for you. So this is a gated level crossing. Level crossings are where road passes through the train tracks, not going above or over them. So the reason why it's gated, there was an interesting law passed in the UK back in the good old days, which basically required that every part of the railway had to be fenced off. And so that's why the gates are kind of wooden gates rather than like riseable barriers or something, to basically facilitate the legal requirement that it is fenced off and not something else. So basically when this opens up and the gates go across here, it is still fenced off, whereas if you have a barrier you could lift it, but then there's nothing covering the tracks to stop people going in, and so that would be breaking that legal requirement. So let's do this. We're back up to 70 miles an hour, which is good. Oops, no, that's way too much regulator. There's another little track. So there's a little branch line going off here into some yards. So that's kind of one of the things I find it quite cool. But like in the British railways back in the day, there was just railways everywhere, absolutely everywhere. I mean, there's a railway up at my house, and I live in the middle of nowhere. Oh well, there was a railway up at my house. It's been dismantled for many years now. Okay. Right, fireman's still in control there, so that's all good. Midsummer Norton's 1.2 miles, and it's all uphill, so we don't really have to worry about braking until quite some distance away, really. So let's just work on building up our speed. Nope, overpressure. Damn, son. Another train! Okay, let's see what it is. It's another passenger train. So here's another feature of these kind of railways that you don't see very often, like in modern equivalents, which is kind of a yellow only signal. So we've got a yellow light, which is fine. So the signal after the next one is white. Is green, sorry. So that's this one here, and this is the train station that we're stopping at. So this is going to be the end of this big climb, which you can hear us chugging, and you can kind of see what I mean with the fences going all over the place. And it's all fenced in. the main part of the railway, and it's all fenced in here. Yeah, just an interesting tidbit. Right, okay. Let's just let nature run its course. So nature is going to slow us down an amicable amount. I'm going to put us to self-let. In fact, maybe I'll just start a very slow brake at 20% application. Okay. So slowing us down here. So we'll just pull us into the station, and this is Midsummer, not... That'll do. That'll do. Open doors! Quite little station. So, I think we've done Borden, we have. So our next station is Chilcompton, which is 1.93 miles away, and it's uphill, so it's going to be on a slow climb. So I'm going to bring the regulator in to start building some steam chest pressure, which we're doing, and we're going to build, we're going to release the brake pressure. Brake pressure is going to increase. Right, okay, so let's go! So I'm trying this a different way. So basically there's two ways to make a train go, a steam train go forward. By keeping the reverser at 100% and modulating the regulator, or keeping the regulator at 100% and modulating the reverser. Honestly, I don't rightly know what's the best way to do it. I'm just trying to see if we can actually get to a higher speed by modulating the reverser. At the moment, we seem to be doing pretty well, because this is a 1 in 53 gradient, so actually this is really steep. But we're currently maintaining 27.8 miles an hour, which is pretty good. So maybe that's the way to go. We are still accelerating very slowly. We do have an overpressure valve open. Small injector. Yeah, so they are quite complicated beasts, our old steam trains. I'm not an expert on, well, I'm not an expert on railways in any kind of sense of the word. I know on my way around signalling and some odd tidbits, but in terms of actually driving trains, I'm kind of not sure. But I seem to think this is the way that we should be going. Regulator at 100% and then modulate the reverser. So I'll just scrape my heat off the tunnel wall. Okay, so how close are we to this station? 0.6, not bad, right, okay, not bad at all. I can't see it. So it's about a quarter of a mile after that signal. So I guess we'll just bring the regulator down quite a bit. Still enough to keep our steam chest pressure. I need brakes. Don't move my heat. Okay, there we go. So yes, I think I remember now actually. If I remember my tutorial days of steam trains, I think what I just did after that station was the correct way of doing it. You should start with the regulator at 100% and the reverser at 100%, and then as you get faster you should start winding the reverser back rather than kind of mucking about with the modulate sorry, you should start winding the reverser back, leaving the regulator alone, I think. Okay. So we're letting gravity do most of the work here. We're just gonna, what station are we at? Where's the station board? Templecombe, yes, that's where we are. So this is another teensy tiny station. We can barely get 2 carriages on. In fact, we can only get 1 carriage. Oh no, apparently it just does. He's just got a bit of a drop coming out of here. So yes, Templecombe. Okay, passengers are done boarding. Next station. Oh, we've still got quite a lot of these to do. Vinegar. Like vinegar, but not. Right, okay. So, same again. Let's bring up the regulator. Nothing's happening. Oh! There we go. Right, okay, it's just taking a little while to build up the pressure, which is fine. Okay. Okay. Let's do this. So now that I've remembered how to drive a steam train properly, our speed limit's 70 and, well, we're still going uphill. But let's see just how fast we can get. So what's our gradient? We're still, well, we're 1 in 50, so we're even steeper, but that does end soon, thankfully. So yeah, this is how they get the coal into the train. Basically, you've got steam trains, you've got a boiler unit, and then a tender, which basically contains the water at the back there, and then a whole heap of coal for your driving pleasure. I've got a little bit of pressure going on at the moment. I think the gradient's about to ease off, so we should see the train drop down a little bit in a minute. Yep, there we go, there's the drop. Check that speed gain. Yeah, 30 miles an hour, we're almost as fast as a car. Yeah, so yeah, reverser is definitely the way to go, because look how quickly we're accelerating. Ooh, is this a station? No, it's not. No, it's just a signal box here. More wood signals. Choo choo! So I've not really had much of a reason to talk about these, but these are shunting signals. So you've heard me explain about them in other videos in Train Simulator, but this is their old equivalent, basically. Still have exactly the same function, they just look a little bit different. Is that another? No, okay, it's a driveway. So this is some kind of quarry. Cool. So we're still going uphill. We've got a station, so we really can't test out the our newfound speed to the limit. So we're on a 1 in 70 gradient. We'll just start winding our engine back a little bit. So let's jump across to the other side. So here's the station that we're coming up on. So we're going to apply the brakes with mighty due haste. I do get the impression. I've never had to reverse back into a station on video yet. This might not be the first time, actually, because we're doing okay. We are doing okay. Yes! Okay, so I'm not gonna have to. Yay! So we're going to keep the regulator up quite high just to kind of take us in. And this is Vinegar Station. Yeah, okay, we're just struggling it now, so we'll just let the brakes come off. Steam chest pressure has been completely voided. So if we can open the doors. So yeah, we've got most of the carriages on except what, 1, 2, 3 peasant wagons and the guard's carriage, so that's fine. So that's quite quick. So Masbury, let's Same as before. Okay. Well, we still have good pressure, so we're already off, unlike that last time, so that's fine. So let's just go forward. So I guess one good thing about these old trains is they have so many doors on them, because every compartment has a door, and then around the other side there is also quite a lot of doors. There's 3 doors, and then on the left side, as I say, every compartment has a door. So actually loading and unloading these trains is quite quick, whereas you see modern trains which normally only have 2, 3 at most doors on it, it can be a wee bit of a faff. Right, okay, so let's bring the reverser back down. There we go. So Maysbury is 1.4 miles up a hill. This is all uphill. You can probably get this route done in about 3 seconds if you're going the other way, because it's all hills. Coming this way, let's bring the reverser back down. Cheep cheep! Let's enjoy the beautiful drab English countryside. Okay, green light, nothing interesting happening there. The crest of a hill! We gotta go downhill for a moment now. Tuck my head. So we're going up a steep part of the hill. I can't even get that much speed because Masbury Station is right there. Disappointed because I can't go fast. Want to go drive! So this is having a little rave mode to itself. Bridge. Okay, so currently 35 miles an hour. Yeah, fast stuff. And this is the crest of the hill here. So I'm just going to take us off throttle and bring the reverser up, and then I'm going to put us to about 5% brakes. So to about here. He's fine. See, that would just let us slow down, and here's the station actual. Oh crap, I've missed this one. We missed it. Come on, train! If we get one carriage on, it counts. I don't think the guard's van counts. Well, there we go. What are we, like 6, 7 videos in, and I missed my first damn station. I get the impression that we're... I can't believe it. I knew it would finally happen, because as it says, you should be using the your knowledge of the route, but it's been 5 years? 6 years? Since I last played this route, so my non-existent knowledge of a route that no longer exists is my downfall. God damn it. Okay. Right, let's self-lap the brakes and go. The good news, because I was supposed to get there at 7:47, so I was less than 60 seconds afterwards by that little delay. Still a little embarrassing. Quite a lot embarrassing, but we're done. So, quickly. Let's bring us all the way back to 40. Let's release the brakes, because we can start going forward. Okay. Full speed! Let's try and make up some lost time. So, Shepton Mallet's the next station. We're due there in 7 minutes time. Let's peg it. Probably should have said at the start this is going to be a long video because we're doing the full route, stopping at every station. But whatever, you've apparently made it this far, and according to my time it's like 57 minutes in. So, yeah. Right. Okay. So how far is it away? It's nearly 3 miles and it's all downhill, and it's a steep downhill, so... Let's go! Maximum speed! Ramming speed ahead! So for the first time this episode, reached 50 miles an hour. And I think we're going uphill again now. Yep. Oh crap, there is however a speed change coming up ahead, which I'm going to end up going way too fast for. Well, it's fine, this is the 50s, they don't have speed cameras. 30 miles an hour. We will just whistle through to let them know that we're coming at, we're coming in hot! This is going to be a very tight turn. Oh, in fact, actually, is it just because of the yards? Nope, it's for the tunnel. Yes, I know we're speeding! Okay, well, that should be enough. So we're in a tunnel, fireman's got the firebox closed for our protection, which is fine. And we're out! Goes! Right, okay. Now we're just coasting. $70 miles an hour. Okay. Full power. Where is this? Oh yeah. 1.2 miles away, so it's still got a long way to go. Okay. We've got plenty of time to bring this train up to full speed, or as close to full speed as I can get it. That gravity assist. So we're going to watch it this time, purely because I don't want to miss the station again. Hey, 60 miles an hour! We're almost at 70! But I'm gonna curb the regulator just now because we are going quite fast. We are on brake application, so we'll do a full set of braking, why not? No, we're gonna miss the station again as well. Damn. Okay, I thought we would have had enough time. Damn, son! Damn! Alright. all the passengers on my train are just going like, what the fuck? Oh, hang on, have we got one train on? No. No, we don't. Oh no, we do. We do. Good enough for me! Ah, whoops. True. I think the problem was I didn't really pick up on it at the time, but when we were braking, I actually still had the regulator on 50%, which I didn't realise, so that was bad. Basically means that we were still accelerating, even though we were trying to brake, which is hot diggity damn. Okay, so our next station is Evercreech New. So I've picked up at Shepton Mallet, which is this, which is a hilarious name for anything. Shepton Mallet. Right, okay, let's try this a little bit more successfully. I like how I still had the map and I still screwed up. Okay, so we're hill climbing. Ah, but not for long. Gonna monitor the train stats because we're gonna be picking up a whole heap of speed. Single junction sign here. Pardon me. I can't speak. Single signal. And we're over the crest of the hill. So this means we're gonna be in maximal speed ahead. Yeah, check it. So currently gaining quite a bit of speed here. Okay, let's put the brakes to about 5%. Ah, crap, I was having my finger on damn key. Okay, let's release. Okay. So we'll stick it on this view for the moment. We'll self-lap it at about 15. So that'll maintain us just under 60 miles an hour as we head down into Evercreech, the new station. Green signal. Okay, 50% brakes. We're just going to gently bring us... No, we're not. We're going to fully bring us to 100% brakes. For now. So, will we make this station? I'm tempted to say yes. Come on, little train! Okay, brake self-lapped at 50%. We're just gonna slowly chug us to the other side of the station here. That'll do. We didn't screw up! We didn't screw up! Yay! I shouldn't be so proud for not, like, but I am. I'm happy. I didn't screw up. Okay, fine. Oh, naughty developers. It's a floating texture. Yeah. In my defense, this is my first time actually driving a steam train in a very long time. Oh, we finished boarding. Right, okay. So, let's get rid of that then. What's our next station? Evercreech. No, I don't want that. Okay, right, fine. So let's get the brake off and regulator to 100%. So 1.45 miles. It is to Evercreech Junction. Choo 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 choo. Is there any signals nearby? No, not really. Okay, so currently got good speed. Wrap, 25 miles an hour. Brake hard! So we're gonna self-lap on 75%, so right here. So that should hopefully do a little bit to take us under 25, which we're now at. Nope, we're speeding. Okay! This is not fast. Okay. Don't want to get hit in the face by a bridge. We've already done it 100 times. Can't have it 101 times. Okay, so here's 25 miles an hour. Green signal, so there's been no traffic in our lane, which has been quite nice. Okay. Wait, we're actually stopping at every... Oh yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. Okay. This is satisfactory. Right, okay, we're self-lapped, so we'll kind of take us in at 10 miles an hour. Get some more water in the engine. And this is Evercreech Junction, so this is just about the end of our journey actually, because we've only got Cole, Wincanton and then Templecombe. Here's a freight train! Right, brakes 50%. Just let the train come to a halt, and we've got this other train that's going very precariously slow. And here we are. Okay, so let's get the first class boys and one of the peasant wagons out. Wow, that really is a very slow train. Okay. Okay, let's get this off. And we have almost 3 miles to Cole, so we're going to be focusing on this view for a little while. Let's go! Let's start winding the reverser back a little bit. So I suppose this is kind of opposite to, you know, driving a kind of modern train where you kind of start it off gently and then kind of dial it forward, whereas in steam trains you start it off at 100% everything and then kind of dial it back. Nice little river. Signal, we're clear and clear. We'll let the steam usage rate come up a little bit high. So we're actually on a slight uphill here. But it's okay, because we're actually still getting speed, which is good. So I've touched on this in other videos before. In real life, before you're allowed to drive a train on the tracks, is this car going to be... Because here's one level crossing. Ah, here's another. So the level crossing isn't open yet. There we go. So, right, I'm gonna start slowing us down for the speed change that's coming up hard. So yes, that was a car crossing road, and it caused me to kind of forget what I was saying. Right, anyway, so not important, we'll start bringing the brakes down a little bit. Because I need to get us right. Self-lap the brakes. 45, so we'll release the brakes now. We are going uphill, so we're not really exactly gonna gain much in the way of speed. 45 miles an hour. We made it. We ain't speeding. So we're just moving around the reverser and the throttle just to kind of try and get our speed as consistent as we can, and I'm just going to wind off the throttle completely now because we got ourselves a train station coming. Right, so our brakes are on near enough 70%. We're coming into Cole Station. The Cole train! Right, okay, let's apply the brakes again, just a wee bit more. So self-lap, just under 50% of brake. Yeah, that's fine. This is good. So we're just going to gently bring the coal train into coal. It's a very small station actually. So I might just sift us off a little bit and then we'll apply the brakes. Right, okay, we'll bring us a self-lap, 50% brakes. We're here at the station, so doors open, and we managed to get 3 carriages on, so that's fine. I think that's like 3 out of a very maximum 4. The bounds of the what defines a station and what doesn't is kind of very dubious sometimes, I found in this game. But yeah, so anyway, let's Wincanton's 4 miles, so we get a good run at this. So let's bring the reverser full forward, which we've now done. Doors closed, we finished boarding? Yeah, we're finished boarding, so let's hop back inside. Regulator full forward, and brake full off. No, brake, behave brake. Okay, full release. So brake pressure is rising. Okay. So what I kind of want to do, let's try this without this view. So let's just leave it like this just now. So what basically I'm doing here is I'm only relying on the speed dial to tell what the brake pressure is. This is something I've never actually tried before, so just going to take a little look outside, see what that signal is. Signal's green, and then there's another passenger train coming along. It's nothing to worry about. Okay, right, so let's hop back inside and take a little look. So we seem pretty constant, so let me just start bringing this back quite a bit. Speed's rising, 25 miles an hour. Speed's still going strong. .30, speed's still going strong. Looks like the gauge is starting to slow up a little bit. So we'll wind the reverser back to 25%. Currently 35 miles an hour. England, land of great weather. Right, okay. So we're still going a bit slow. Well, we're still accelerating, but quite slow. We're now at 40 miles an hour out of 70. I suppose we are climbing uphill, as I just noticed in this little thing here. So still accelerating strong for the moment. Bring us to 20% reverser, or 19 as it is. Got nothing outside. Okay. So 1 in 100 is relatively steep, but we are still accelerating. Which is good. We've got a little bit of undulation, so we're going to come over a crest and start going down, and then start going back up again. So reverser now at 15, but is that too much? Is that slowing us down? Okay, try 18 then. So we're now going downhill. You can kind of see the undulation that we're kind of going into a very kind of shallow bend. So we're about to we're a brat. We're about to breach 60 miles an hour, which, now that I finished saying that sentence, we're actually at nearly 63. Okay. So there's a signal coming in at 1.6 miles away. Countdown! I've not watched Countdown in years. I might have run out of things to say. Ah, right, okay, so we're coming close to this station. Which makes me nervous, because I've not done well with stations today. I really haven't. Yeah. I mean, I understand why. I mean, as I say, I can't remember if I got around to finishing this. To get signed off to drive a route, you have to know it by the, like, absolutely by the back of your hand. Every single signal, every single station, every single speed change, quite importantly. And of course, I don't do that because this is just recreation. This is just for fun. I ain't gonna go take a blooming like year-long course in checking out railway routes, and just as I say that, I of course remember that that might not even be possible for this route because of the fact that half of it doesn't even exist anymore. Okay, so we're at full brakes. Bring the reverser full forward, regulators 0. So I think there's a signal up ahead. Yes, there is, and it's green, so that's good. So we're now coming in to Wincanton Station, which is the last station, I think. Yes, it is. Well, sorry, it's the last station before we terminate. So that's good. This is good. Okay, let's wind off the brake a little bit here. So let's just go to the internal view. We're going to release. We're going to leave it at about 14, I think. That's not a train. Yes, we did. Okay, spot it. That's fine. Self-lap. Okay, so a little gentle application, and we're going to put it to self-laps. We're going to bring up the regulator to tide us into the station. Let's take a little looky. Oh, a little bit of a graphical glitch there. Okay. Yeah, not bad. Okay. Let's curb off the regulator just now and get this train stopped. Doors open, passengers disembark. So we kind of missed the first class carriage, but we did still get like 5 of them in, which is pretty good. So yeah, right, okay, so 3 miles to Templecombe upper. So let's take the brake off. Where reverser is full forward, so let's get the regulator up to full forward. Choo choo choo, and let's do the rest of this journey without looking at the dials. I will need to look at them. I will need to have the map up to tell where I am, where the station is, because otherwise I am just going to crash. But we're only going to be using this dial to kind of work out what the regulator should be. So we kind of leveled out. So let's bring it back to 50%. We're accelerating well. Still accelerating hard. Okay. Just keep it like this. So I'm kind of using a formulation in my head now. For every... I'm basically doing 70, which is the maximum the reverser can go, minus the speed. So we're at 40, so that should be 30%. 45 is going to be 25%. That seems to be working quite well. Trust a mathematician to come up with a formula for something. I don't even know if it's a correct formula, but whatever. But we're going fast, y'all! 51 miles an hour, okay. Good. Okay. So 55. We can see there's a 15 mile an hour speed board coming in up ahead, just going to bring us 10% on the regulator. Pardon me, on the reverser. I keep getting the two of them confused because, of course, when I started this journey, I was using the regulator to control my speed, and now that we're a lot further into the journey, I actually know what I'm doing now. Well, that's maybe a bit far. I never know what I'm doing, but yeah. Okay, so currently at full speed. Next signal is red, so hard on the brakes. Reverser full off. Oh wait, was that signal red? I think that signal might have been red. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. Well, we'll see. We'll see when we get to here. Okay. Oh, it's actually green. Yeah. Was it maybe a junction signal and I wasn't paying attention? It's possible. I also may have just gone through a red light. That's also possible. Ah, this one's off. Okay. I don't actually know where I'm going. Anyway. Will bring us to a gentle little halt. So I'll take the reverser in. So let's okay, we do have a green light. I am quite sure we maybe just went through a red light. No, I don't think that was the signal that I passed. Because I was sure it was a tandem signal. I can't actually go that far back. So maybe I was just looking at this then. Oh, pass. I don't know. There's another signal. Ah, okay, yeah, I did go through one, and I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure we passed that at red. Whoop. Wait, what the shit? Why? Why are we bouncing? Derailed? Derailed on fucking what? Oh. How the dickens did that happen? Okay. So. Let me just test a theory here. So. He's got a green light for the main line on the right side. Yes, okay, right. Yeah, that was dumb. Right. Okay. So what happened here, this mess, as my driver and engineer, let's just continue. As my driver and engineer begin the process of evacuating the train, okay, I screwed up. So yes, I went through a signal that was at danger. The reason that it was at danger was because this train was coming onto the main line. So in the UK, we drive our trains same way as we drive on the road, which is the left-hand side. So the way that junction signals work, this here is a junction signal. An old-fashioned one. So in previous videos, you've seen me talk about feathered signals, which basically tells you, are you going straight, are you going to the left, to the right, to the second position on the right, and blah 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 blah. This is the old equivalent of it. This is a junction signal. So basically this one in the upper position indicates that this is the main line, and that's on the left, and this indicates that this is another available line which is on the right hand side. So because we can see that he's got the green light here, that basically means that this point's fine, because if this point was wrong, then both those lights would be red. But it means that this point here is turning off to the left. So what's happened is I've crossed it and derailed the train, because it's not facing the right way. So what happens if I can... let me go try and find a point where I can do this. Okay, it might not let me actually. Yes, okay, right. Junction locked. I'll go find another junction, and I'll try it this way. Okay, so the way that junctions work, you can see here that there's the junction kind of forms a blade, and it's same on this side, so it's a blade not touching the main rail, and this is a blade touching the main rail. So the way trains work is you've got a part of the train which sits on top, a part of the wheel that sits on top of the rail, which gets you, basically that does the traction and the braking, and then you've got a part that sits in the inside, in between here, that touches this, the inner part. So in this position, what would happen is the left wheel slides through the blade, basically through that little slot in the middle, and then the inside follows the blade, and so you end up going straight ahead. So because of the game, the game isn't perfect, but there would be a gap here to let in real life, to let the wheel go past. So if I then switch it... Oh, I can't switch this one either because it's been locked. Is there anyone that I can switch? You. Yes, okay. So, if I switch it, I've now changed it to go from the left. So if you follow the path of the left-hand wheel, it would again go between the blade and go off to the left, and then this one would follow the blade and go off to the left. So that's how junctions work. So what's been happening is I've come over from this side, but reversed. So when my wheel has got to this point, there's no slot for the wheel to go through. So it's risen up over the rail and it's derailed the train. So that's basically what happened, and that's a little explanation as to how junctions and how points work, and this is not going to end well, dude. And basically why derailings can happen, and sometimes points failures and issues with points are some of the most common problems with the this is just getting fucking worse, and now this train's gonna hit. That was dumb. Yeah, okay. So yeah, that was a little explanation as to how points work and how issues with the points can cause derailments, and why running a red light is just a ridiculously bad idea. So I run a red light, and my motivation for continuing was that the junction signal that I saw here was green. So I took that to mean that I could go, rather than stopping and waiting to see what was going to happen, which is what I should have done. So yeah, I screwed up. I screwed up big time. And yeah, look at the mess I've caused. Goodness gracious me. So I think I'm going to be all over the newspapers for this one. So thank you very much for watching this episode of Train Simulator 2016. This has been a long video. I've done a lot of explaining, particularly towards the end and at the start actually. I've done a lot of explaining through this video, so I really do hope that you have enjoyed it. And thank you very much for joining me. I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.